Sing me a song of a lass that is gone. Say, could that lass be I? Mary of soul, she sailed on a day over the sea to sky.
Hey everyone, Alvine here. So I wanted to do a Aussie and Kiwi shout out extravaganza video today. I mentioned the other day about the possibility of doing some Aussie YouTube witch/pagan shout outs, and a few of you were like, yes please. I've been in this boat too where for like the first year, I think, I didn't know of any Australian YouTube pagans or witches, and it felt very lonely and isolating. So I wanted to kind of do a shout out for these today. And the channels I'll be mentioning are ones that I'm subscribed to and that I watch, and ones that have uploaded videos within the last 3 months. There were several that I wanted to mention, but they've been non-active for quite a while, and I didn't want to kind of give out information for dead accounts. So these are all ones that are active. There is one in here that hasn't been uploaded on for like 3 months, but I'm pretty sure she'll be back because she has quite a large amount of content. So there is only one Kiwi that I actually am aware of, though, that I watch, and this is actually a dead account, so she hasn't uploaded for like a year, but I wanted to mention her because she's so amazing. The channel is Child of Bones. I will link all the channels down below in order that I mention them in as well. And she has a store, an online store that you can purchase different things off. I'm assuming that's still up and running. It was when I looked at it some time ago, and she talks a lot about different deities and how to connect with them. She has a series on Baba Yaga, which I found hugely helpful because there is no information out there about that. She's beautiful. She's a real pleasure to watch. There's a lot of different deity videos that she's done and series. I know she talks about contacting demons in one of her videos. That's on my to watch list, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And she has amazing hair and like a beautiful accent. So if you haven't checked out that channel, do. There may be some really helpful stuff on there. I know I said I wasn't gonna like shout out dead channels, but I wanted to give the Kiwis some shout outs here. So if there are any other New Zealand YouTubers that you know of that you enjoy watching, put their links down below as well. Same with the Australians. If I don't mention someone that you watch, that you enjoy, or your own channel if you have one, put them down below. This is about getting the word out about us down here in our little corner of the world. So do that so people can go through and check them out as well. So the first Australian that I wanted to mention, these are in no particular order. They're in the order that some of them popped into my brain, and then I went through my subscription list and they were there, so no particular order. The first one I wanted to mention is Crimson Fire. So I actually said in a video a while ago that she was new to YouTube. She's so not new to YouTube. She's been on here for a while. I only just found her recently, so I've had in my head that because she's so amazing, she could have only just got here because I haven't seen her before. But she's been on for a while and she's really active at the moment. She's based in Melbourne as well as I am, which is really cool. And I've written some notes so I can like remember what I want to say about everyone. She's a teacher. She has her own store as well in Melbourne, although I know that you have to book appointments to go to the store because she does a lot of client work and works with people. And she also runs, how cool is this? I think it's the largest, or like close to, but I'm pretty sure it's the largest coven in Australia. How amazing is that? So she does that as well, and I adore just sitting with her. She's doing a lot of live videos and chats at the moment, so she's a pleasure just to sit with, and she's like madly expressive, which I'm so like down with. She wears wigs a lot of the time and like crazy colors, and they're amazing. So every day she like has a new one and I'm like, oh, I love your hair today. So she's awesome. I would definitely recommend checking out her video. The next one is Avalon's Spiritual Odyssey. I'm sure a lot of you know Avalon as well. She's been on here for a while. She does a lot of tarot talk. She is a professional tarot reader. So I think she has her own Etsy store. She reads tarot on there for people. I really love her channel. She talks a lot about her heritage, her, I don't know what you would call it, I suppose ancestral practice. Even though she does her witching different to the way that she grew up, or that the tradition she grew up in, there are elements of that, and she talks a little bit about that, which is super cool. And a while ago she went home to Brazil and filmed quite a bit of that for us to see, so that was really fun as well. And she has an amazing series called, or was it This Witch's Perspective, so TWP. She hasn't done any of those videos for a while, but I loved those. Avalon, if you're watching, it would be very cool if you could make another TWP video, because those were like some of my favorites. And she talks a lot about crystals, has an amazing crystal collection and a huge and amazing tarot collection. So there's a lot of stuff about that on Avalon's channel, and again, she's just a joy to watch. Like, she's fun to spend time with. I was supposed to do you guys may remember, I hang out with her last week. We had major technical difficulties. She's so funny. She's a Taurus, so she's like, no, we are going to do this. So 2 hours and 15 minutes later, it didn't happen. But I did get to talk to her for a little while, which is really cool. So it was nice just to have a little chat, and I'm sure we'll do like a live thing soon. I'm pretty sure I've got myself sorted now, so we should be able to get onto that. But she's amazing. The next is Katie Flowers. Now, Katie is a tarot reader as well. She talks a lot about tarot on her channel. She also does a lot of book reviews, which is really amazing. There have been quite a few books that I'm like, ooh, I want that book. She talks about them and I'm like, yeah. And they're books that are a bit meatier than a lot of the ones you see, you know. They're decent kind of books. They're books you can sink your teeth into. So, that's always really fascinating. And Katie also has pantheist views as well, which I do too. So I find it really helpful to hear a lot of her her views on things, and kind of how her spirituality is evolving and what's going on for her. So that's always really fascinating. And she is also another Melbourne witch, which is awesome. Next we have Eris Elizabeth. I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm very sorry. Who was the Chaos Witch on YouTube. So she lives in Perth, and she's awesome. She's another one that's just fun to hang out with. I mean, most of these witches are. Like, I just want to make a cup of tea and just sit down with her and chill. I love the way she thinks. You know, the word I could think of to best describe a lot of her videos is musing. Just a lot of musing, and kind of, you know, gets into things, thinking about things, explaining things. I don't know. I'm not that kind of person. I just like bleh about, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not good with the words and stuff. But she's amazing, and she has a lot of really thought-provoking things to say, and really interesting processes that she goes through and then shares with us. So she's another awesome Australian witch. The next one is Black Witch S. Now, I don't think she lives in Australia. I think she's abroad. Her channel is, what could you say, like a little bit more professional, I suppose. Like, a lot of us on here are kind of a bit, I don't know, I suppose a bit more warmer, a bit more like closer community kind of thing. Hers is a bit more professional. And she does a lot of videos on sort of darker aspects, I suppose, of practicing, things that a lot of people don't talk about, which I really appreciate. She does a lot of shorter teaching videos. She's done, or is doing, I think, a series on demonology and how to contact demons and work with them, which is fascinating. So she has a lot of really cool videos as well. So I would definitely recommend her. And she just looks cool. She's got like this like black like bob cut thing. I don't know. She looks amazing. So she's another awesome one to check out. The next one is by Feather, Branch and Stone. I almost like, what was that? Feather. And that is the beautiful Gemma. Gemma lives in Queensland, and she is into tarot as well, and she does a lot of book reviews or shows books too, and she grows her own herbs and that kind of thing. She just shares about her practice. She does haul videos, shares crystals, that kind of stuff. It's just a really nice channel to hang out in, and I'm actually a pen pal with Gemma, and she's just beautiful. She was the very first Australian pagan and witch that I ever found on YouTube. So she will always, for that reason and many others, hold a special place in my heart. So I love her, and go check out her channel down below. And the next one is Wonder Weirdness Witchcraft. And this is Alex, who is in Melbourne as well. And he's fabulous. I only recently kind of really started watching him as well. And he's fantastic. He's so much fun to hang out with. I haven't actually had a live chat with him yet, have I? No. But I've been part of a few of his live chats. I'm doing well for time, where he's been talking and I've been, in the chat or whatever, and he's so much fun. I really love watching his hangouts, so he's an absolute joy to watch. And he has a lot of general stuff as well. He shares different hauls and books. One of the hangouts he did was like this massive book show and tell thing, and it was amazing. Very much into the books, which is super cool. And the man has a lot of sass, he's fabulous. So I really enjoy Alex. He has a lot of great witchy content on his channel, so he's another awesome one to check out. The next is Eco Foxpaw. She also lives in Queensland. She collects a lot of rocks and stones and things. So, my rocky sister. Oh, that was weird, wasn't it? Oh dear. I'm trying to talk it. Oh dear. Alright. Collects a lot of rocks and stones. She's seems to be quite earthy. The things that she's shared, at least on her channel, quite sort of earthy, which again, I really appreciate. And she actually came to Melbourne, not last week, the week before, I think. My timeline is I'm pretty sure it was, it was, because it was a while ago. And I was supposed to meet up with her one day, but I had a funeral that same day, and I thought the funeral would go for half an hour, right? That's, an hour is a long funeral. This funeral, I'm not even kidding, went for 2.5 hours, and that was just the ceremony. Then there was the wake after that. Now, I breezed into the wake. I was there very briefly, and then I headed home. And I headed home even earlier than I actually was going to originally, and I just made it in time to pick up my son from the bus. I'm talking I arrived on the minute. Because it was the other side of town, so it took me over an hour and a half to get home. It was just insane. Anyway, so I didn't get to meet up with Echo, so I'm pretty disappointed about that, but hopefully she comes back down at some point and we actually get to do that. But she's awesome, and the link is down below. The next channel is Earthly Alchemy, and this is the wonderful Elder Crow and Jason, his partner. So Elder is the one that usually is on screen. Jason has been once or twice, kind of in the background a little bit. I had the pleasure of meeting these two guys at Buller Market. They do markets, I don't know if it's every weekend, but pretty regularly, around Melbourne. And they take their store there. And they were both there, so I got to meet them both, and they're just beautiful people, really, really beautiful people. So they are, at the moment on their channel, doing a lot of live hangouts. Elder Crow is doing the live hangouts, so that's been really fun. And they do haul videos and just share different things about their products. They have beautiful products, you guys, and practical things you can go into a lot of witchy shops and it's stuff, cool stuff, but it's all just stuff, and you just purchase it and it clutters up your space and whatever. Hello, Sticks. Cluttering up space. Talking of cluttering up space. Whereas, they sell some beautiful things like that as well, but a lot of it is stuff you can actually use. So ingredients and brews, oils and salts and all kinds of stuff. I bought some beautiful jewelry from them. This necklace was a gift from them. They have really, really cool stuff. So anyway, they are shipping overseas. If you want to check it out, go to Earthly Alchemy's channel and do that. And just a pleasure to watch once again, of course. I have to make sure I say this for everyone now, because someone will think I don't think that about them if I don't say it, but I do. Everyone. We're almost there. We're doing really well here, and time is going pretty well. Talking fast. All right. The next one is Willow Moonflower. She is also from Melbourne. She has just begun. So, just begun YouTube, that is, sorry. Not her practice, but she just started YouTube. So she is a YouTuber, according to Nathan. I like that. Blue Knight. That is a good term. I don't like the term newbie. I feel like it's a bit, not degrading. I feel like it's a bit harsh, but degrading. I feel like it's a bit degrading. But YouTuber, I like that. She's very into herbs and growing her own herbs. she seems to be quite earthy as well. I don't know, we'll see when she comes out with more content. But she's really wonderful, and she's been really fun to watch as well, and I'm super glad that I came across her channel too. So I'm glad she's making her own channel, and that's been really nice. And another Melbourne witch. When I began, I thought there were no witches in Australia. Like, I felt like the only one. I'm like, am I the only witch on this continent? And now it's just like there are all these Australians everywhere. So if you are feeling like that and you live in Australia or New Zealand, get on it, because there are more of us. Or even in the Southern Hemisphere. The whole thing, you know, what feels alienating, I think, for us in the Southern Hemisphere is, you know, the emphasis obviously is put on the Northern Hemisphere. There are a lot more people that live in the North. The Western traditions and, you know, most of the magical traditions that, you know, we kind of follow these days began in the North. So there's a real emphasis on Northern seasons and all that kind of thing. It can feel very alienating when we're experiencing the opposite thing and no one's talking about it. You know, and, you know, a lot of people in the North, like, it's no whatever, like, it's not a thing, but a lot of them don't acknowledge the fact that there is a Southern Hemisphere a lot of the time. It's just not in their radar, you know, like they're experiencing what they're experiencing, and that's it. Whereas when we are in the Southern Hemisphere and we're experiencing something that's different and not talked about, we're very aware of what is happening in the North, I can tell you. Which is why I'm finding that my kind of seasonal celebrations are kind of meshing between two things, because we have secular holidays within the season that they're not supposed to be in. So spring, which has all of the spring correspondences and symbology, right, is in our autumn. So there's kind of this meshing and melding between opposite seasons. Yes, you like how I explain things? Do you understand what I'm saying? All right, good for time. I reckon we get a couple more in here before we have to switch to the next thing. So, Rainfire Dreaming is the next one. She's been on YouTube for a while, I think longer than I have. Yeah, she has, because I was watching her before. And she has a lot of, like, she shares a lot of spiritual ideas. Some of them are really, like, big spiritual ideas, and she kind of talks them out, and I find that really fascinating. And she's done a couple of tags on her channel as well, and she's shared stuff about tarot, so she's into the tarot as well, which is cool to see. So she's another one who's nice to hang out with. See, I remembered. The next person is Unicorn Pies. So she is a goth, she's a witch, and she does a lot of makeup tutorials and things like that. She's got like a super Aussie accent, so if you like the accent, check her out. She hasn't uploaded for a little while, but she has quite a lot of content on her channel, and she's quite fun to watch. She's shared things, like she shared her crystal collection and things like that. She has shared different spells as well that she's done. Her channel, though, mostly I would say is probably focused on just kind of her and her life and, you know, what she's doing and the goth stuff. But she also does share things about her witchery too, so that's cool. And I'm going to switch this off and go and start another video thing again because we're running out of time. Okay. We've got 4 left. We're doing awesome, you guys. All right, Lefay Verte. I think that's how you pronounce your YouTube name. I'm very sorry if I butchered that. I think it's fine. My cat's meowing. All right, she is an artist. Shush! She's an artist. She shares a lot about tarot, or she has shared a lot about tarot on her channel. She shares hauls as well. She's done an altar tour, shared her crystals. She's another joy to watch, and she has really cool hair, you guys. I like cool hair. I mean, my hair, like, yeah, like it's purple, but it's pretty vanilla other than that. She has cool hair. So check out the hair. Check out the do. We've got a few people with cool hair on this list, actually. I'm enjoying that. I definitely approve. The next one is Ancient Visions. So she is a new tuber as well. I said it. She's just come onto here, and from what she shared so far, she seems very earthy, or her practice seems very earthy. There's a lot of that kind of earth element that has been shared, so again, I appreciate that. I love earthiness, as you guys know. She's shared a tincture on there that she's made. She shared, this is not a thing I should be saying. She has shared a tincture that she's made, which is really cool. She's also shared some elixirs on there. She's shared crystals and some hauls and things like that as well. So she has a few videos up now, but she's been on YouTube for a month now, I think it is, which is very cool. So there'll be more coming from her soon. The next YouTube channel is Circle of Heka, which is a coven based in Perth. Now, I think it's the same lady that does all of the videos. I'm not 100% for sure on that, but I'm pretty sure it is. Like, from the videos I've watched, you know, because she's not always in the video, it seems like the same person. What I was put off by is the about section says that it's a coven, a whole coven. So I don't know about that. But anyway, it's a great channel. There's a lot of how-tos. There's spell videos. There's magical recipe concoctions. There's haul videos. There's all kinds of stuff on there. So that's a really good channel. A lot of variation within what is put up, and a lot of teaching. They classify themselves as a teaching coven, excuse me, or at least that's what the about section says, teaching coven, and definitely teaching videos. So that's a really good Aussie channel. I feel like I'm looking down a lot. I'm sorry, I have notes, and if I have notes, I can't take my eyes off them, which is why usually I don't bother with notes. Like, I just come in and I just go, whatever happens, happens, because otherwise I'm just too distracted by the notes. I can't stop looking. All right, last one. Lucy Cavendish is the last one that I wanted to mention. So she is fairly famous, actually. Thank you very much. One of the more famous Australian witches. She is big into tarot, so she has created a lot of oracle decks and tarot decks, I think. I don't know if she's done tarot decks. I know she's done a lot of oracle decks. A lot of you guys, you know, you may have her decks or have heard of them at least. I've written a few of them down. Is it Les Vampires? Shadow and Light, Oracle of the Mermaids, Shapeshifters, The Fairy Forest, heaps more. Like, I just looked it up before, and she's got stacks. So, yeah, she makes really amazing oracle decks. And on her channel, she does full moon oracle readings with the decks that she has created, which is very cool. And also on there, we're going to do the she shared thing again. She's shared a lot of the sacred sites that she's visited as well. So she went to the UK a while ago and took us along to some of the sacred sites there that she visited, which was really cool to see as well. So that is the mega Australian little Kiwi extravaganza. So please put the links down below if you know of any other Australian or New Zealand channels that you enjoy, or if you have one yourself, whether you've just begun or been around for a while. We would all like to check them out. And if you are in Australia or New Zealand, I hope that these channels are, I don't know, a way for you to feel a bit more connected, and that there are quite a lot of us. I was shocked. Honestly, I thought there's like 9 Australian YouTubers I can think of, and I look here and I've got 15 in my subscriber list. It's crazy. So, you know, we're out there. We are out there for sure, which is amazing, because Aussies are pretty cool and Kiwis are pretty fucking cool. So, represent. And I want to hear about the Kiwis particularly, because there's one other YouTuber I know of who's a Kiwi, and that's it, I think. So I'd like to hear about more. I hope you guys are having an incredible week. I've got to go pick up my husband now. He's working just in town here. Usually he works about like half an hour away. But today there's like a branch of where he works right here. So he's like 2 minutes down the road, which is amazing. But we're going to pick up a car after this. So I've got to go pick him up, take him to the car. Hopefully I'll have time to make a few videos after this, because I wanted to make like a whole bunch today and I kept talking about it. And then as usual, I've left it to the afternoon and now I've got to do shit. So anyway, we will see how we go, but hopefully at least I've got this done. Yay, that's awesome. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Go check out channels. Go on a little channel spree now. Have fun. And I will see you in the next video, whenever that may be. So much love.